Alright, welcome back to Haunting Ground. In the last video, we opened up a passageway by luring a luminescent into an unlit lantern. Now we're going to go ahead and explore the new area that we have uncovered. This part of the game is great. I love the mansion. You know, it's shocking, me loving a Capcom game that takes place in a mansion, but this part of the game I think is much better than the castle. It's way more varied environments. Like, just this area is just gorgeous looking. Like I said, this game still looks absolutely phenomenal. I think this game looks better than Devil May Cry 3, which they've ported in HD multiple times. And I really cannot think of a reason why they haven't ported this incredibly wanted game onto current systems. If you've seen my channel trailer, that piece of footage has been in it the whole like 6 years that video's been up, even though this is the only time I've done a Let's Play of this game. And that's because I planned on doing this a very long time ago, but just never got around to it. So that footage is from a failed Let's Play of this game.
Hewie.
Or at least that sequence, not that exact footage, because it's obviously not the same footage from 6 years ago. So, in the last video I did say that Daniela can sometimes just be found cleaning. This is a good thing, because sometimes Danielle will just be in there and you know, okay, I'm safe. There is no danger right now, because I know Daniela is in there. So, this room, there's a lot of goodies in here. First off, you can restore your status in the sink. There is a puzzle solution, kind of, in this room. You can see that there's this chart on the wall here. It's got some words on it. You can make out words like Mercury, and stuff like that. There are 2 of those in this area, and you can make out 3 words through them. I know what the words are already, so I'm just going to be able to print plates that say the words. Again, it's kind of sequence breaking. I don't really care, because I know the solutions, and I like when games do this. So the 3 things that you want to print out is Mercury. As I said, that was clearly visible in that thing there. Mercury. The next one is salt. And then the final plate that we want, at least for now, is sulfur. Now, there are multiple spellings of sulfur. That spelling is the one that you want to do. Now, this window, you can move these blinds aside and see outside the window, but you don't want to. And I will show you why. Also, good boy, Hewie. He just found an item completely... I didn't even ask him to do that. But yeah, I'm going to show what happens if you open up those blinds at the end of this video. Because I didn't want to activate it, but I do want to show it. So, that's that. Now we have, obviously, more of this area to explore. This area specifically reminds me so much of Code Veronica. And as Code Veronica is my favorite of the classic Resident Evil games, that is not a bad thing at all. We have a fairly obvious hiding place in this room underneath that couch. Although very rarely have I been able to actually make my way in there and hide from Daniela, because she's so fast. And she's usually going to be right behind you and looking at you as you're going underneath the couch, so it's not that useful. Unless you, like, really get her behind you by, like, trapping her through doors or whatever. This room specifically reminds me so much of Code Veronica. It's just a weird carousel room. There was like a bedroom in Code Veronica that had a carousel in it. And that reminds me very much so of this. But it's cool. I love how varied this game is. There are no two like areas that are the same.
Come on.
Hewie, for the love of God, please. Good boy, thank you. Where did he go? Can't really worry about that. We don't want to get hit by this luminescent, but once again, we do want to lure this luminescent towards us. I'm gonna kind of fuck up here, actually, because I took too long opening this door, and basically, once that happened, there was nothing that I could do. I did not get sent into immediate panic mode because I equipped those earrings that make it a little less likely for that to happen. So that's nice. Gotta get your fashion tips. So once again, Lorenzo has left us a letter. This is basically just a hint as to what to do in this room, which, even though I had the note, was still like, I don't know what the hell to do. The very first time I played this game, I remember vividly being stuck in that room. Thankfully, they do spawn multiple luminescents here for you, and we are going to lure this one where I was going to send the other one before he so rudely attacked me. Please stop barking. You're going to alert the crazy maid to our position. So in here, we got a film reel, which I feel like is such a classic, like, Resident Evil item. I can't think of, like, any Resident Evil games that don't have some sort of a film reel in it, where you, like, have to watch a video or develop, like, a photo or something. And now that the luminescents are gone, we're just gonna kind of break this shit. Not have to worry about them. So there is a big puzzle to be done in this room. We're gonna want to make sure Huey's in here with us, because he is a part of it. There are 3 heads in here, and 3 plates that we printed off. You want to set these in here. Salt goes on the far left. And then on the far right here, not even far left, far right, it's just right and left. Mercury goes on the right here. And because it doesn't seem like there's a good way to get that 3rd one in there, you want to examine the head after you've placed it, and then use the sulfur plate.
Hewie!
Damn, Huey's channeling like Air Bud. This is the most adventure game that this game gets, because not only was that puzzle very obtuse, but also this is the last thing you would think of doing. So it stopped the plume of fire and turned it into a basically like a ladder. The last thing I would think to do is to climb this ice. Like, that's insane. Why is that the solution? It should have just... There shouldn't have been a plume of fire at all. It should have just made a stairway up here. It's so stupid. It's so... like, why? So there's some items you can get in this room. Pick up this boy, and then the item that we really need is on top of this here ladder. You just kick it a couple times. 3 is usually the magic number. And then you got what you got. So we cannot climb back down the ice. So we have to leave through this room. But I'm gonna say 100% of the time Daniela is on the other side of this door. I can't say I've ever had it where Daniela is not instantly there. But we're gonna try and use our big brain to hide from Daniela. Hopefully she doesn't see us behind this bookshelf. So what I really should have done here was run out of the room while she was distracted, because she'll usually just kind of search this room up and down. She knows that you couldn't have left any other way. And then she just somehow instantly, like, knew where I was. Which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, we just want to run. Probably want to close the doors behind us. But Daniela is a stalker that... Like, Debilitas, you're probably never going to be stuck in front of a door with him. I've had it happen multiple times where Daniela will be just on the verge of stepping through the door as you're closing it. Also, look at this big dumb room. It's a mammoth room. There's just a woolly mammoth in this room. I love this game. It's so weird. There's a great hiding place right here, and that is behind these curtains. Those holes in the walls, I still have not yet gone in, but they're basically freebies. If you go in there, you get a crafting room, and the stalker cannot get you in there. I haven't showed it off yet because, first off, I think it's cheap to jump in there and just avoid the stalker. And also, I don't like the crafting in this game, as I've said multiple times. So there's not a whole lot of an incentive to go in there, at least for me. So we're gonna just kind of step out here and hope that Daniela is nowhere to be seen. Hopefully she went back to polishing windows or whatever maids do. So we're probably going to want to just regroup with Hewie right now. It's not a bad idea. So in this area, if you were to bring her in here, you could have pulled aside the sheet on that mirror and you could have distracted her with that. But I'm going to save that just in case, even though I don't know if we'll ever really even be going back to that area. I would say if you're not sure about where Daniela is, a good thing to do is to just enter this room, because sometimes it just warps her in here, and she'll just be in here cleaning, which is really not a bad thing. So you can kind of use that to cheese Daniela sometimes. And yeah, here's the thing that Daniela does that is very annoying. She closes doors on you. If you're being chased by her, she'll close every single door, which can be annoying when you're running around trying to avoid her, because you have to reopen doors that you already did. Also, thank you for staying, Hewie.
Good boy.
He's listening to me real good. Look how he mined me. He mined me so good. Oh, Hewie, that's the nastiest thing I ever see you do. So right now, we're just gonna save and save some of the stuff that we got going on for the next video, because there's some pretty crazy stuff about to happen. But before we end this video, as I said before, I want to show what happens when you open up the blinds in this room. So just examine these, and when they prompt you to, open the shutters. I I just love that there's some weird, dumb sea monster outside. It's just a big, ugly fish. So examining these basically instantly spawns Daniela in, and she will start attacking you. So that is why I did not want to show it normally, because that's just a bad thing to do. But I got a great shot in here. This was fantastic. Look at this. I'm about to kick her directly in the head. Look at that. That was so good. Oh, okay. Anyway, that is the end of that video. So I will see you next time where we get into some pretty crazy puzzles. So see you then.